Hello and welcome to an episode of Let's Play Slay the Spire. Ascension 20 Heart Kills on the Silent is our goal. We are on a win streak, not actually, but we have a win. It's the only win sequence, but it is a win. Broken by a previous win by only one loss here in Act 2. So we're doing a little bit better. We had some crazy loss streak before. I think we're out of our slump a little bit. We'll see how it goes recording it. I don't know if recording Slay the Spire makes me better or worse. Choose a colorless card to obtain. Obtain 100 gold is better than that pretty much always. I think about this as... This is always an uncommon colorless card, never a rare colorless card. If you go to a shop, an uncommon colorless card costs about 100 gold. So the question is, how good is it to choose one of three? Well, the answer is not good enough that you would be happy spending your 100 gold on one of those three rather than on something in the shop. You can think of the easier way to think about this is how often are you buying colorless cards in the shop? And the answer is not very often. You're supposed to do it sometimes, but probably fewer than half the shops have their colorless card purchased. Now, you do get to look at three, so if it was exactly half the time you spent 100 gold on a colorless card in the shop, this actually would probably be better than that. But my guess is that I'm only buying a colorless card in the shop about a quarter of the time. You know, the more I'm talking about this, the more I'm talking myself into maybe wanting the colorless card, because the other thing is you get the benefit immediately. You get the card on floor 1, but the shop here is on floor 2, so it's actually, that doesn't really make a big difference in how you compare them, because the first fight doesn't really need you to have a colorless card. But it's, yeah, it's, a lot of them also are like late game. It's, Dark Shackles is a great, it's a great card actually, in general, but it's kind of best in the late game. Panic Button is the other late game one I'm thinking of. Although I suppose it does alright in Slime Boss and Lagavulin. Not really in Sentries. Not in Gremlin Knob. And then after that, it's like, what is good? I guess the Flash of Steel and the other cantrip card, 0 mana draw card. We could buy those from the shop if we thought they were good enough, right? We should still just take the 100 gold. We could remove, but removing against Slime Boss is very bad. He puts 5 slimes in your deck, and so you're increasing your chances of just drawing a bunch of slimes and no strikes or anything. And strikes might matter in the second part of the fight. Anyway, I'm not going to stress too much about it. We'll look at the act layout first, but it doesn't look like going to this shop prevents us from doing pretty much any of the things we would normally want to do. The only path that closes off for us is this left path, which is even worse than this middle path, unless we want to go left after the chest, which we don't. We probably want to go, yeah, definitely want to go up the middle. So we're going to take the gold. Very clear 100 gold start, which is nice. Not a great opening hand, but at least we still have the neutralize in the deck. So we can take none here. Got the neutralize again, so we take none again. But unfortunately, we don't get to kill next turn. So the question is... do we want to save 3 health? He's going to be doing 22 next turn. And we will have 10 cards to draw from. We'll be drawing 3, besides the strike. So, if we're going to kill, we need the neutralize. So if we're going to miss the neutralize, it would have to be in the bottom 7, which is likely. It's a 70% chance that we miss the neutralize. So we should absolutely strike here. Take 3 damage, because we almost never get to kill next turn. And he's attacking for 20. Oh, we got the neutralize right away. Missed out on 3 life. What can you do? 4-1 terror is phenomenal. It's like bandage up is viable. I've seen people who are better at this game than I am pick up a bandage up on in a shop before in Act 1 and in Act 2. I think it's Apotheosis though. It's a very good Apotheosis. Potion Belt is a cool late game relic, but it doesn't do anything right now. Will-A Plans is an excellent card, but it's as weak as it will be right now, and we have a lot of time to find other ones that we don't have to pay for in card rewards. And Apotheosis is really powerful. How powerful? So question marks just got worse because Shining Light is worse because we don't want to get random upgrades. So I probably want to go left here, and then we can decide if we want to do Elite Fire Elite, or if we just want to do Fire Elite. Yep. So go left. Hello, Jawworm. Full block. Is he buffing? He is. Do we draw? Oh my gosh. Jawworm has been doing this to me over and over, where I draw all of my block cards on the turn he's buffing. It's happening a lot, and it's really upsetting me. Apotheosis is too expensive to reasonably play here. Take 7. Oh my goodness. It's actually not a bad draw on that turn. This turn neither. Okay, we took 7. Sucks. Piercing Whale is good against Slime Boss-ish. Dagger Spray is actually much better, right? Yeah, Dagger Spray is much better against Slime Boss. We haven't added any. Yeah, haven't added any attack cards. Dagger Spray also has a good upgrade for damage common, which matters because we have Apotheosis. We're very glad that we got a fight in that question mark. I was trying to think about what triggered in my mind that was good news. It's that the question mark was not an event; it was a fight, which is just we get to see more card rewards, which is great. 21 we can't kill, so we just need to Survivor, and then try and squeeze maximum damage in. No, it doesn't matter. I thought we had an extra energy that we could strike twice and get through the armor, but we did not. Well, this attack pattern / draw pattern sucks. Apotheosis is really punishing me. He's not attacking next turn, so we'll set up to kill the front one. Take another 4. Should be dead. Okay, well this Apotheosis has not felt very powerful. Ooh, Endless Agony is very good. But I trust that the Apotheosis will pay for itself soon. Although we're taking another 5 here. Oof. Here we go. That was a good Apotheosis. Dealt 4 extra damage and 3 extra block on that turn. But now it's every turn is easy to block. Or kill. Slice. Prepared. Sucker Punch. I would take a Sucker Punch right now. I think. I guess part of the question need to ask is, am I doing Elite Fire Elite? Probably not, right? At 39 health. We have 2 really good potions though. And I have to fight this hard pool anyway, which can't be single slaver, so it's a good chance it's like Exordium Thugs or Gang of Gremlins, Gang of Slimes. We've got 2 potions here, so I say we go to this elite and just potion it to death. Power potion, very good. Again, and I was actually meant to say we're very good against Lagavulin because we have time to stall until we get the Terror and Apotheosis down. So against any of the elites, Sucker Punch is pretty good. It's good against all of them, I would say. Curious. How do we want to play this? If there's something to duplicate, it would be after the Terror, I guess, is one consideration. Power Potion actually can deal a lot of damage if it's in Venom. Or, what's the other one that does, 1,000 Cuts. That's the other one that does damage. Okay. If it's well-laid plans, that's pretty good too, because we can save the neutralize. So I'm gonna try and do Power Potion this fight. Okay, Venom is good. Do we still want Apotheosis? I think we do. So, Envenom dealt 4 damage this turn. Is he dead next turn? I think he is with a Duplication Potion, right? Depending on what we draw, as if we get the Terror. And let's say it's Terror Strike Strike. This would be 13. It's not that much. So 26. Plus another 13 is 39. So that is enough with the Duplication Potion. So we can Survivor. If we don't get the Terror, I think it's still okay. Well, we got it. We don't even need to use the Duplication Potion. It's pretty nice. Mango. Okay. Apotheosis Blade Dance is kind of a synergy because you can Blade Dance and then Apotheosis, which upgrades the shivs. These other cards aren't good. We'll take a Blade Dance. It also is a good upgrade among damage commons. Okay, we're gonna upgrade that Apotheosis though. You can see it's been kind of a pain in the butt to play in some of the early fights. I think we don't need to panic too much. We're at 53 life. We could Duplication Potion the Dagger Spray. It's very effective against the sentries. But if we need to use the Duplication Potion, it might even be better to do it after the Apotheosis. Okay, we get hit a little hard here. But that's okay. Let's punch the outer one. Sucker Punch the outer one. Yeah, so it was likely that we would be able to kill this turn anyway, like this. So now what we get to do is we get to make this one weak next turn, which is pretty meaningful because it is attacking next turn. Although we drew a kill for it, so that's good too. Probably we should take the kill even though we have a way to block out. Okay, take another 2 is not a huge deal. Pretty good fight. Pretty good fight. Eternal Feather's great. Alchemize is great in general. Oh, let's go! I thought to myself when we picked the Apotheosis, I'm like, you know, one of the nice things about picking up Apotheosis on floor 2 is now if you ever see Bottled Lightning, it's extremely powerful. But normally Bottled Lightning is kind of a miss. That's not a really good reason to pick Apotheosis, but it is something I thought to myself. I didn't say it out loud because I knew in my heart, I'm like, it's not a good reason to pick Apotheosis. The reason it's not a good reason to pick Apotheosis is because Bottled Lightning is an uncommon relic, which means if you see... Oh, I forget the stats on it. It's like 75% commons, 15% uncommon, 10% rare. That sounds a little off, but let's say uncommon relics hover in the 20 to 30% range. If you see like 4 relics per act, which is pretty high, but if you count, yeah, depending on how much you count shops, let's say 5 relics for the first 3 acts. It's 15 relics, so you'd expect like 4 of them to be uncommon. Something like that. 4 or 5 of them to be uncommon. And there are just so many uncommon relics. So like over the course of a run you see yeah, only 4 or 5 uncommon relics. Like that's a 5 in 70 chance or something. I don't know how many uncommon relics there are. It's probably not 70. Anyway, we can stop rattling off numbers that are based on just bad memory at this point, but the point is you should never really count on seeing a specific uncommon relic over the course of a run. Don't even think about it. It's not worth thinking very hard about. There are some exceptions where it's like the only way for you to win is if there's a specific uncommon relic, like you need the block scaling from Kunai and you put yourself in a hole where that's the only way out. But generally you don't think too much about it. Oh, I could have waited longer to get the Alchemize. Actually, I would have had to take damage to do that, which I don't think would have been worth it probably. Escape Plan helps-ish in general. I mean, it just doesn't hurt until... The only fights it hurts against is... Well, I gotta be careful. The only fights it hurts against is the Chosen, which can show up a few different ways in Act 2, either in the easy pool or a hard pool with a companion. Gremlin Knob, who we just saw, so we can't... No, we just saw Sentry, so we could see Gremlin Knob again if we go here. Or... and then Time Eater and the Heart. Generally against the Heart, it's not too hard to actually make this actually still good against the Heart. Just need a footwork. But it's still pretty bad against Time Eater even with the footwork. Can depend though. But there are some other considerations as to why this card's not just free. Snecko. That's kind of a stupid consideration because I almost never pick Snecko on Silent, and certainly this does not look like a deck that wants Snecko with the Endless Agonies and the Bottled Apotheosis. And Choker, which also you don't want to take on Silent. Sometimes you need to. But I don't think either of those are reasons to not take Escape Plan. Oh, I guess Escape Plan is bad against the enemy Snecko. So there's another enemy in Act 2 that you are not wanting to take Escape Plan against. So maybe it is Finisher. Finisher's pretty good with the Endless Agony and Blade Dance. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, actually. Let's take the Finisher. Okay, do I want another shop? Not really. And I also don't want an event, because Shining Light is still bad. And most of the Act 1 events are bad. I guess technically World of Goop and Serpent pay off a little bit better here, because we do have a way to spend the gold that they would give us immediately after. So that's nice. But I'm going to trust my instincts and say that events are bad. So we're going to go to this fire. And then we'll see if... Well, hold on. Do we want to fight the Burning Elite? I think so. Duplication Potion, Ghost in a Jar should be fine. So we can go here and rest. And then we're totally fine for the Elite. If we're just resting here, should we go to an event? I mean, resting is pretty good, though. But we might just rest here. We already have a fire coming up, and upgrades do almost nothing. Okay, let's actually go to the event, because fires are so bad. Yeah, this is great. I'm very happy with this. It's another fight instead of a fire. It also gives me a relic, which helps only a small amount, but it helps. What's the best way to do this, though? It's like Apotheosis, Defend, Sucker Punch? Doesn't full block, actually. One, two, three, 4, 24. Apotheosis, Defend, Defend. It's a little strange, but I think it's correct. This Alchemize is looking pretty bad, huh? With this Relic bar. Or, I'm sorry, this Potion bar. I don't know. I don't think... We know that there's going to be no Potion Belt. Well, that's not good. So... What's the best math on this? We certainly want to kill this one. But 12 plus 9 doesn't do it, so I guess we should. Maybe we just use the duplication potion. This makes a lot of sense, yeah, with an Alchemize. So if we just double this, that's 24 to everything. Yeah. And then we just kill this one. Another Endless Agony. It's honestly still pretty good since we picked up a Finisher. We want to get to the point where we're so powerful that we can't lose in Act 1 and 2, and then only make card picks for the late game. It's not as black and white as that, but that's kind of a good rule. And right now we're extremely powerful because of a Bottled Apotheosis, but not so powerful that we are 100% to win Act 1 and Act 2. But the Alchemize, the Ghost in the Jar here, we are very, very good. Nice thing about Endless Agony, though, is that it's in a lot of ways free to add it to your deck, because a lot of the cards that you add to your deck to get powerful in the early game are eventually going to be just bad in the late game. So like Dagger Spray in the Boss Gauntlet is a card that generally is hard to justify even playing a single time, because you need to be playing your other things like getting weak down and vulnerable and, you know, your powers, nightmare, just the crazy Act 3, Act 4 stuff that you need to be doing. And then like sometimes if you do slip in a Dagger Spray, it's like cool, not bad, but you might have, it's not even that much better than just playing Strike. But you can't not add Dagger Spray to your deck in Act 1, because you'll lose if you skip cards like Dagger Spray. However, Endless Agony exhausts itself. So on the second shuffle against Donu Deka or whatever, you no longer have to see Endless Agony. You get to instead see your more important cards like your weak or your poison stuff. So we could just take a second Endless Agony, right? It makes a lot of sense. It makes Finisher more powerful. It makes Act 1 and Act 2 easier. These are both, I would take all three of these if I could. Caltrops is great in the late game. Backflip is good in most stages of the game, though it's weakest right now because we're about to come up against Elite that could be Gremlin Knob, and it also doesn't do damage against Slime Boss. We'll have more chances at backflips. It's a common card. This is a little funny. Okay, kill you. Kill you. Kill you. Kill you. Easy fight. Oh, once again I could have gotten Alchemize. Oh well. So these cards are all very skippable. None of them help early, like right now, and we don't know if they're going to help in the late game. Concentrate can help in the late game, but we don't know that. This technically helps right now, actually, I should say, but it's just not powerful enough that we need to take it, especially since we just took that Endless Agony. Sure, I'll drink a Swift Potion. That's funny. We'll just split this one, deal damage to both of them. They should both be dead next turn. Yeah. I spent way longer on that fight than I needed to. Okay. Fear Potion's probably worse than worse than Swift Potion because we have Terror in the deck. Endless Agony number 3. They get pretty bad with each other because they do compete for hand size. So you, technically we're okay right now, but if we got like a toolbox, would be the only thing I could think of. I guess technically Snecko. We're never taking Snecko now, though. I'm just trying to think of ways that you draw more than 3 cards in the opening hand. There's the other relic, the Ninja Scroll. But Ninja Scroll already makes even a single Endless Agony have a chance to make your hand size, like, get discarded because your hand size is too small. But 3 of them is worse in that scenario. Would we take a Ninja Scroll? Probably. So if we take a Ninja Scroll, we don't want to take this Endless Agony now. Of course, this is a similar situation where Ninja Scroll is an uncommon relic, so you really shouldn't think very critically about a specific uncommon relic that you will or will not see. So in that case, maybe I should take the Endless Agony. It's good against Slime Boss. I'm thinking about the Act 2 boss, though, and it's very bad against the Act 2 boss. But it just goes away. It just can brick your opening draw. We haven't found any cards though that we would be bricking against, right? It's a little bit weird to say that bricks are opening draw, and we don't have like Footwork or Nightmare that we want to have in our opening draw yet. Well-laid plans. We're going to pick those up eventually. We need to pick those up eventually to win, and in that case, if we have Footwork, Nightmare, Well-laid plans all in our deck, then it's actually pretty important that we have one fewer Endless Agony in our deck to make sure we are more likely to draw those cards on turn 1 against the Act 2 bosses or the Act 3 bosses. The Act 2 bosses, yeah, both of them, Act 2 and Act 3 bosses. So, I think we can skip the Endless Agony. Do we want an Expertise? Probably not. It's not bad, though. Do we want the Tactician? Maybe we do. Tactician is our foot in the door to discard synergies. Upgraded Tactician is very good. Apotheosis makes it upgraded. It's pretty bad right now, though. It's very speculative, but we'll find an Acrobatics eventually, right? Sure, let's take the Tactician. Okay. We could open now, but we want to wait for Terror. Shuffling more Endless Agonies in is fine. Open next turn. Maybe use the Swift Potion. Sure, we'll use the Swift Potion here, since we have the Alchemize. Okay. Full block. We just assassinated that Lagavulin, it wasn't even hard. Piercing Wail is very good in most stages of the game, so I think we should take that. There's no point upgrading anything, right? We should just rest for more health. There's no point in upgrading any. I guess we could take the key. Yeah, because resting in the next act might be more important. And 49 life is plenty. Sure, let's take the key. Okay, we don't want to wait around because we need to split, so even though we want to get the Terror before we press all these damage cards in, we need to try and split. Okay, so we can use the Fire Potion for a better split and just replace it real quick. It's got to be worth it. Honestly, we can just use the Explosive Potion too. 50 is not a great split, so I would like to split it a little bit better. Nice. 1, 2, 3. So this is going to deal 24. So we can split both of them, I think. 9, 9, 13 is 31. Yeah, let's just split both of them. Next turn might be a little bit dicey, but we'll see. It's not so bad. We could have done that differently. We could have killed the one that was weakening us, since we were blocking out with the Piercing Wail. We definitely should have done it that way. But looks like we're not punished too hard. We take 2 here. Okay. Good fight. Used a couple potions, but that's okay. Malaise is great. Malaise is a late game card. I didn't bring this one up, but when you talk about the crazy, more powerful things you want to be doing in the late game, Malaise is a big one, and it's also a good reason to have taken Tactician. Oh yeah, that's an easy fusion hammer, right? Free fusion hammer over here. The energy matters a lot, since we start every fight by playing Apotheosis. Okay, I'm feeling very powerful. We can do 4 elites this act with a nice late fire. Or a shop, and also an early shop. We want to take the early shop for sure. And then it's a bunch of question marks. Yeah, this is great. This is going very well. Real quick. I'm remembering that how much space is on mine? Okay, there's enough. 306 gigabytes. I don't need to go too crazy. I'm recording right now, and I didn't want the recording to get wrecked because I didn't have enough space or something like that. So I wanted to make sure I didn't need to delete anything, and I don't. Wow, this opening hand is terrible. That's what we get for taking Tactician with no support. Okay, this hand is much better though. So we can knock you out of the air. Knock you out of the air. And then deal as much damage as possible. Okay, 9 plus 6 kills you. We take 3 here, not a huge deal. Yeah, here you go. These are both potions that we're happy to save until Act 4 if we can, which likely we will be able to. So now Alchemize feels a little bit weird in our deck, but we'll see. It might be the case that we actually need these cards, these potions, sooner than I'm giving them credit for. There's a backflip. I'd take a backflip at this point. There's an orange pellets. Would I take an orange pellets? I probably wouldn't have paid full price for either of these relics because this is a very decent rare relic. Yeah, pellets makes a lot of sense in general. It's a very powerful relic. A lot. We don't have any powers yet, but there are lots of powers I'm happy to pick up. Footwork. Wraith form, of course, but that's a rare. Tools of the Trade, but that's a rare. Well-laid plans, of course. And, yeah, I guess the other consideration is not only how easy is it to get the orange pellets off, I think it'll be easy enough later on, even though it literally doesn't work right now. Then also how important is it? Against the heart it matters, I'll say that much. Okay, the rest of this shop, do we want another Piercing Whale? It's still good in Act 2, though with the Malaise it's a lot more redundant. So maybe we skip, since we're looking for... There's a lot of other things we're looking for before we start duplicating the kinds of things we already have in our deck. So now we can talk about Bites and Apparitions. We gotta be yes to Bites, since we get to upgrade them for free and all of our strikes are still in the deck. Apparitions is a little bit harder to decide. It's definitely a way to win. So it's probably yes. Good face, bad face, or the gold. The gold is quite good. We got another shop coming up. 50 gold. I'm happy with that. 16 damage is probably... Maybe we don't... Yeah, actually. I was gonna do like maximum melees or hedge our bets on melees, but I think it's better to just do no melees. Or minimum melees. Okay. Do we take 3? I don't think so. But the reason to take 3 is so we don't shuffle more dazes into our deck, so we're less likely to miss the lethal on the following turn, but we got there. Piercing Well showing up again for free this time, not in a shop. Kind of similar story to before though. There are a lot of really important pieces we need if we're gonna... You know what? I think it's worth it. I started to say there are a lot of important pieces we need if we're gonna win in the late game, but Piercing Well is honestly one of those pieces. Being able to block just an additional phase of the heart because you have an additional Piercing Well in your deck is a huge deal. Or an additional turn of Time Eater. And then, you know, the more Piercing Wells you have, the more Piercing Wells you can use to block and still have a Piercing Well left over to reset his strength. I think we're still going to go left. We still want maximum elites. Okay, not a great start. Missing out on finisher. It's a little sad. We don't need to kill him right now. He's already dead to it's Dagger Spray, and if we miss the Dagger Spray, we can just kill him with anything. Okay. We missed the Dagger Spray, so we kill him with that. Take 11, not great, but not terrible. Take 1. Dagger Spray was at the bottom, of course. And that's okay. We still get out of the fight. This is silly. Okay, we don't want these. These are not well-laid plans or footwork or backflip or wraith form or nightmare or tools of the trade. I'd take Phantasmal Killer, but that's another rare. I'd take a leg sweep. Probably take a deflect, yeah. Oh, an acrobatics, of course. A reflex. I would take a reflex, but I want an acrobatics first. A prepared. Oh, a calculated gamble. I'm just reminding myself of all the cards that are hit, so that way I don't feel foolish for skipping cards. Okay. Can we get this up to 6 attacks? Because 8 times 6 is 48. Yeah, we absolutely can. So we play the other stuff on the front guy. Take a little bit. 8 damage, not a huge deal. Okay, we should be able to kill him this shuffle, which means his wounds should not make us perish. Almost Boss there. And we got there. Nice. Preserved insect, great. Concentrate. I actually kind of want it for the Malaise and the Tactician outlet, but we don't have the card draw to justify it, so we have to skip it for now. We need Acrobatics. Okay, here's why it didn't matter to take all that damage. Heal it back up. I still think it was correct to go to the fire though, rather than take the extra fight. There are some hard pool fights, and we had a lot of life to heal up there. A little bit of an order lull. I didn't get the vulnerable on the neutralize, which I could have. Take 8 here, not a big deal. And yeah, Gremlin Leader is dead. The reflex means that the concentrate would have been a little bit better. I think we take it, trusting that we're gonna see. We don't need upgraded powers because everything gets upgraded. Take 17 here, quite a bit. Okay, finisher. So we do something like this. Take none, nice. Ten plus 6, sure. Okay, this fight has gone well. Can we get prepared or an acrobatics, please? Who's our boss? Bronze automaton. Second terror, huh? It helps in peeling artifact charges. Yeah, also seeing it sooner. Sure. Find some potions. It's a little silly. There's a prepared. Nice. That's excellent. Here's a Noxious Fume. That peels artifact charges. I think we're yes on Noxious Fumes, especially because of the orange pellets. Okay, that helps a lot. I feel a lot better about our deck now. We can take the Abacus, but I don't think it's that good. We can take the Nunchaku. We just have the single Blade Dance. We've got these Endless Agonies too, though. Yeah, I like Nunchaku okay. I like it good enough. Here's why we took the second terror, because now it's far more likely that we actually see the terror on turn 1. Ooh, Orichalcum saving us here. Didn't realize that. Take none. Take 12. Oh, and only 6 because of Orichalcum. And then he's dead. Set Nunchaku up on 3, I guess. Oh, haha. Tingsha. White Beast statue. So silly. Okay, we don't need this for artifact strip. Just go next. Alright, this question mark was a fight. Honestly, not that bad of an outcome. Okay, take none. Malaise the gal in the back because she's the one dying last. Nice, we get to remove the frail. It's kind of cool. Doesn't actually matter because of Orichalcum. Well, that's not good. She's going to be attacking again next turn, lots of the time. Or buffing. She's attacking, but he decided not to, so that's fortunate. Don't need these. Let's just try and kill him. We actually do just kill him. We take 2. Orichalcum's been huge. I was gonna complain about Orichalcum when we picked it up, but I'm not complaining now. Man, well-laid plans would really make this deck. Hey, look at this. I was trying to figure out a way to save an Nunchaku, and the Tingsha lets us do it. Pretty fun. Caltrops is another power for orange pellets, but also importantly it kind of helps with damage in the late game. Kind of. Doesn't help against Bird or Donu Deka, actually. Helps against Time Eater. But we're okay against Time Eater because of the malaise. Helps against the heart. That matters, but a lot of other things that help against the heart. And a lot of other things that make us better against the Act 3 bosses. It's okay against Shield and Spear, probably honestly not very good. Shield and Spear, the most important thing to do in that fight is to make sure that you can survive the first 3 turns. Or kill one of them fast enough. This doesn't help do either of those. It's kind of like a slow and steady kill. But Spear and Shield, more than even any of the Act 3 bosses, you can't afford to do slow and steady. I mean, they come in for, between the 2 of them, how much damage do they deal in the first 3 turns of the fight? Um, 6 times, so the Spear does 6 times 2 and then 10 times 4. But it also puts 2 burns on top of your deck. That part is brutal. I can't believe they put that in the game, guaranteeing statuses on top of your deck. Oh. So let's say 12 plus 40 is 52, plus 4 is 56. So you take 56 in the first 3 from the Spear. And then you have to have your back turned though for part of it. So let's say 21 damage from the shield instead of 14 because he's getting the extra 50% buff from having your back to him on turn 1. So then 21 plus, what is it, like 40 damage? Something like that he deals. 40, so that's another 61 damage from shield. So in the first 3 turns you take what did I say, 61 plus 56, like 120-ish damage. If you compare that to Donu Deka, they do 30, 30, or it's like 30, 36, 36, something like that. 34, 34. Anyway, it's less. So they do more damage in the first 3 turns than that Act 3 boss. Same thing with Time Eater, right? Time Eater is like either 31, yeah, or less. So, sorry, that was a really long rabbit hole, but Caltrops doesn't help against Spear and Shield or Bird, or 2 of the 3 Act 3 bosses. Let's give it. We can burn one terror. Okay, prepared. This is tough. So Survivor saves me only 5 life because of Orichalcum considerations. And it costs me tons of damage because it has to discard an attack. As well as the fact that I would choose not to discard it as well. Guess we do it like this. Interesting. Okay, so this is going to be 32. So we want to deal either 20 to this, which we could do 996, or 999 here would be 27. And then it's 1 off, killing this. So we have to do 996. Oh, I calculated that totally wrong. That's okay. It's not a huge deal. I overkilled that by 4. I think there was a way to have done that differently. Okay. Piercing Wail. Strike. Strike. I'm gonna save the Terror. It's a lot of damage on Bronze Automaton, and we're about to peel the last artifact charge. Take none because of Orichalcum. Jeez, Orichalcum has helped a ton with this act. I did not think it would. Okay, we don't want Blade Dance to skip a shuffle. Okay, we do want him to be weak next turn, so that's huge. Definitely want to use Terror. Okay, maybe strike Endless Agony. Terror, Dagger Spray. Endless Agony. Sucker Punch, Finisher, Malaise. Take a hefty amount here, but the fight gets much easier. Because it's vulnerable and we don't have to deal with the minions anymore. The fight's not free. But we don't take too much here. Uh-oh, drawing... Yeah, without well-laid plans though, you can see we really are at the mercy of just drawing the right cards at the right time. Might have to use Fairy here. Hopefully not. This is a good hand. We'll double defend. I think we'll have the kill before it Hyper Beam turn. Yep. Didn't set Nunchaku up well, but that's okay. Second Malaise or Adrenaline? Second Malaise helps a lot against Bird and Time Eater. It's even not bad against Donu Deca. I like second Malaise a lot. Adrenaline's kind of like weirdly I don't know what the phrase is for it, but it's like more than it needs to be. It's a very smoothing type of card. It doesn't have any output itself, but it really smooths your ability to output what the rest of your deck is doing. But in this case, I don't think we really need output smoothing. I just think we need output consistency. That is, we need to be able to block on the turns we want to block. And Malaise helps do that a lot because it blocks on every turn after you play it. And deal damage on the turns that we want to deal damage, right? Some of the hardest fights that we are coming up against do take turns off. So like against the heart, we want to be able to deal enough damage by attacking it on the turns where it's not attacking. And adrenaline doesn't necessarily make that easier. In fact, sometimes it can punish you by, like, when you're drawing on a turn when you need to block and you draw your attack cards, or vice versa. Now, of course, draw is good and extra energy is good. Like, I'm not saying adrenaline is bad here, but our deck is weirdly very smooth already. It's not that weird. It's weird to say it's so smooth in the output, not the consistency, but the like achieving maximum output from turn to turn. That adrenaline does not piece together your maximum output on any given turn as much as it normally would. And that makes a lot of sense because everything's upgraded. So it's not like we need to find, you know, that blade dance on the damage turns as badly, because it's like, 3 strikes is pretty good too. We're gonna take the Malaise. Philosopher's Stone helps, or second Malaise helps mitigate Philosopher's Stone very well. So that's nice. And we don't need the extra damage on Wristblade, and we can't afford to see fewer cards with Busted Crown. So this is the rare 5 energy Silent. I dig it. Okay. So post chest, best we can do is 1 elite. Sorry, I had to pause it for just a second. I don't know how pausing while recording works, but I imagine that it didn't take any time for you all to have me come back, so I could have just not even mentioned it and gotten away with it. Okay, let's press on. We're a little over the hour mark here. These runs can take a while, but I do want to win if I can help it. So we were talking about 1 elite post-chest. Pre-chest, also only 1 elite available, so that's a bummer. But maximizing question marks makes a lot of sense. Would I want Madnesses? No, probably not. This is not really a Madness deck. We don't have the card draw to justify it. Would I want Glowing Tesseract? Maybe. I mean, generally that's a good event, but the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm realizing that we just need to see more cards. We need to get acrobatics and backflips. If we can get acrobatics and backflips and footworks, we'll be golden. Acrobatics, more prepared. This Tactician Reflex thing is kind of... They've not popped off because we don't have any card draw. Seeing more shops is a good way to... There's only 1 shop we can look at though. So is this a situation where we just need to do more hallway fights in Act 3? Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about the other Act 3 events. There's like... I don't think we're eligible for Maui Head. Falling is decent because we probably get to remove a basic strike or defend. But it could screw us, right? We only have 1 power, so it's guaranteed to show us Noxious Fumes. And then it could show us, like, any of our good skills. And then Finisher would be sad. So... But generally, it's probably like a card removal. I don't want to spend a floor on a card removal. I want to spend a room looking at more cards, because we need that acrobatics, backflip, footwork stuff. Calculated gamble. So, very unusual situation where I want to see one of these shops, and then I want to see as many fights as possible. So we can do... going right, though, means we can't do fire and... Oh, but fires aren't good, right? We don't... The fires might be good. 2 question marks this way. 3 question marks this way. Okay. I think we're gonna go left. We get 3 question marks, which is not great, but then we can get 3 fights after the chest. And still 2 fights before it. If we went this way, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4 fights. It's 2 extra fights at the cost of a fire and a question mark. Which are both have the potential to be worse than fights. But the fire might be much better than even 2 fights if we need the life. Our deck is not very good at blocking. We've got 2 piercing whales though. I'm gonna try and do the 4 fights on the right. We got the reflex to line up this time, so that's nice. Okay, we should be able to just kill this. 9, 6, 6. Yep. And then we can Noxious Fumes, Blaze, Strike. I'm glad that this was not freaking my least favorite fight, Darklings. I hate the Darklings fight, it's so annoying. I don't know if Orb Walker would be good or bad for us. Okay. Backflip plus. Not that it needs to be plus, but backflip. Aha! Alternatively, second Noxious Fumes is pretty good too, but I think we need the card draw a little bit more. Oof, I do really like the Noxious Fumes. It's a good against Bird, I'm fine to skip Noxious Fumes. It's not good against the Bird fight. Okay. Dang it. This was the worst one. Of all of the ones I mentioned, this one was the one I wanted the least. I don't want to lose 14 HP. I don't want 2 Madnesses, really. Now that I have another backflip, it's like a little better. Because the 0 cost backflip is good. But we have 5 energy and a Nunchaku. We don't really need the Madness. Just leave. Okay, we get to see the shop though. Thousand Cuts is not the power we wanted. Prepared is good though. Better than Concentrate. For the mirror, we could take another Malaise. It's honestly pretty good. Yeah, 3rd Malaise. Kinda rocks. Another Reflex would be good if we take this Prepared as well. Oh, we can't afford both. I say we save the money then, we just take the prepared. Go next. Okay, we want the fight. No, Darklings. Or Calcum, saving us 2 life here. Try and kill this guy on the outside. We're taking quite a bit here. 20, yeah, we need to defend again. Take none. Don't need the neutralize, I guess. Nine kills that one. Okay. Noxious Fumes is good. Gives us some inevitability. Terror, the front one, I guess. Take a little bit here. 5. This guy comes back, which is not good. I guess we don't need the terror. Okay. This should kill everyone. Yep. And we set Nunchaku up. Not a bad fight. Nice. More card draw. This is more card draw than backflip. It doesn't block as much, but it's very good with the prepareds. I'm gonna take it. Okay, we'll take orb walkers. Scary fight for sure. We do have the second terror though, which helps. Yeah, we take a lot here though. Take another big chunk. Yikes. We're taking so much damage. This is a hard fight. We might have messed up here. -4. Yeah, we need to defend the noise. Ah! Okay. Whew. Blocked out. No! We don't die, but jeez. That was a bad draw for sure. Got pocket watch for our trouble. There's a footwork. That's huge. Okay, let's fight the elite. Pocket Watch is pretty good, actually. I can see Pocket Watch being a big deal in the late game. There's no way to block enough, right? This is only 25. Oh, it's actually really close. We need to do some math. So he is currently attacking for 46. This would bring it down to 38. Weakened is 38 times 0.75, 28. This blocks for 25 plus 4. Wow, so yeah, we do get to block out, just barely. Can we full malaise? No. I don't really want backflip to skip a shuffle, so probably just full malaise again. Although I do want all the burns to skip a shuffle, so we actually are going to do it like this. Nice, we got the Tactician, which means we get to malaise for even more that way. And then we'll draw Bunch, who's got minus 12 strength. We do need to block for a little bit more. There we go, we're fully blocked. So now let's just deal maximum damage. Okay, it's not dead next turn, but it's also not attacking for anything this turn. Is the best way to do this just to end turn? Or maybe strike finisher? And then the Orichalcum saves us from the burn. And then we should be able to kill it next turn with the huge draw from Pocket Watch. Okay. Pocket Watch helped a lot there. Thread and Needle helps a lot. That's 10 passive block. Acrobatics Plus helps a lot. Okay. Malaise should be good enough. Do we want to second malaise? Sure. Block for 10. Passively. That's so nice. Prepared. Footwork. Dagger spray. Piercing wail. Survivor, we don't get the pocket watch here. Should be okay. Terror's great. Expertise instead of backflip. Yeah, let's break pocket watch. Expertise. Don't need the alchemize. Backflip. Okay. We block for enough, but just barely. Once again, we block for enough, but just barely. We might be in trouble next turn. We might have to burn a fairy. Acrobatics helps, I think. Defend is, well, expertise is worse. Endless, endless. Prepared. Okay, I think we're gonna be fine, so we should toss the defense. Excuse me. Okay, we're blocked out. Do we set Nunchaku up on 9 for next turn? Why? Yeah, we do. Okay, can we do it? Start with backflip. Backflip. Prepared. Survivor the Tactician, nice. I think we get there. And then play as many attacks as possible for the Nunchaku. Okay, we saved the fairy once again. That's 2 fights in a row where it's like the fairy is hanging on for dear life. Dodge and roll, don't really need it. Kind of fights with the Orichalcum too, yeah. Bouncing Flask plus. The plus doesn't matter, everything's upgraded. I'm gonna say no, we don't need it. Okay, do we want another fight? We've now seen a lot of the cards that we were really desperate to see. Another backflip, prepared, expertise, footwork, acrobatics. We've also seen the worst event, Winding Halls. So now events are much better. Well, that is a lot of health. Surely this is worth it. That feels incredible. Man, what a good shop. There were lots of things that were good here. Could have thought longer about that. We've got this forced heal coming up. Huh. I wonder if it was correct to pass on Lee's Waffle. It's just like, it's not every day you see an 82 health waffle. Anyway, probably another footwork is gonna help. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Yep. 2 footworks is so good. More health, okay. Another question mark. Glowing Tesseract. Okay, look, the waffle let us take this Tesseract. It was I wonder if... Yeah, anyway, let us take this Tesseract. Panache is weak, although it is a power. Panic Button is decent. Secret Weapon is weak. These are weak. I don't like any of these. Don't like, yeah, that's a skip. This might be a Panic Button. This is probably a Dark Shackles, yeah. Yeah, Panic Button actually is better than ever because of Pocket Watch, Orichalcum, double Malaise, double Piercing Wail, Dark Shackles. Okay, this is forced. The rest does nothing. We go hit one more Elite. Don't like this fight, but it shouldn't be that hard. Yeah, we can just full-on Malaise this guy. Terror, Alchemize, Prepared. Ooh, that's not a good intent. That's a good intent. Okay. And then we want to get the other Malaise at some point. Doesn't need to be right now. We also want to get our power set up. Nice. Oh, we also get rid of the debuffs and stuff. That's nice too. We full block this if we do nothing. And we just stack more poison. Full Malaise is very good. Although we get to do even more if we Tactician first. Or Acrobatics into Tactician. Okay, we'd like to get these out of the deck. Okay, debuff us as much as you'd like. Prepared does a little bit more damage. Get the Pocket Watch to proc. Like to get these out of the deck, as before. That's an unacceptable intent, so we're gonna change it. Cool, and then we full block. 7th turn. Pretty good. Footwork, strike. Defend to get rid of the debuffs. Survivor. End turn. He's just gonna kill himself. The debuff doesn't matter that much. End turn. Okay, and he's dead. So we want to set up then Chaku. But this kills him, so we don't get to play that last attack. And that's fine. Another prepared. It starts to get a little dicey. We've got only 2 of them, but it starts to get dicey because of Beat of the Death and the Time Eater clock. Time Eater should be totally free. We can actually do the same thing to Time Eater that we just did to that little beast. Although he will reset himself. Time Eater's not free because he will reset his strength down. But I mean, Prepare doesn't help against Time Eater. Catalyst, I think Noxious Fumes scales a little too slow for Catalyst to matter. So I think we skip. I'd put a Deadly Poison in before I put Catalyst. Which maybe I should do, but I've decided not to. I think I skipped one some time ago. Okay, what's the best way to run this? Keep drawing makes a lot of sense. That's good. Don't think we need the Piercing Wail. Can we deal 60 damage? No. So he's gonna live. We can block all the thorns if we do Footwork Defend. I suppose Terror this one. Blade Dance. Okay, we get to kill this one. No Dazes go in our deck. And we get to peel all the artifacts on this one. Pretty good turn. Terror. Expertise is good. We're full blocked, so we don't really want to mess with that if we can avoid it. Okay, let's try and kill Baseball next turn. We are frail, which is annoying, but he has a 50% chance of dying. Dang. But we block out? No, we take 2 because of the strength. Dang. Oh, this is so annoying. Take another little bit. He's dead to the poison. Okay, let's just kill him. Deflect, probably not necessary. Blocks for less than defend, and we usually have the energy to play defend. Okay, we're gonna... I'm gonna pause my recording again. Hopefully it works. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Giant Head. Apotheosis to start. Noxious Fumes is actually huge. Footwork also feels good, and then maybe I just end here to get the Pocket Watch drawn to my other powers. Malaise for 5 should be good enough. It also has the added benefit of proccing Pocket Watch again. Okay, this time we'll go in. Not weak anymore, that's nice. Defend. Defend, shiv, 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 strike, finisher. And he's almost dead. Not almost dead enough though. We're gonna take a little bit of damage here. That sucks. Let's just do maximum damage this turn. Might be able to kill him next turn. Take 9. I guess we were never able to kill him this turn. That should be mostly okay. Full block. Without having to block. Kind of fun. Oh no, Sundial's not set up. Unironically, that's not great, but at least we can set Nunchaku up. Tori. It's even more passive block. Escape plan with 2 footworks is close to being good enough. We've added a lot of skills to the deck. It's pretty bad with Pocket Watch. I didn't list Pocket Watch as a reason to not take Escape Plan when we saw Escape Plan way back in Act 1, but here we are with a Pocket Watch, happy that we have taken 0 Escape Plans. Okay, we got Apotheosis. We don't need the footwork, ever. And I think we shouldn't. But we do want to kill these birds. So we're going to break the Pocket Watch. Full block, look at that. Get rid of a strike. No, get rid of a defend. It only blocks for 2. Okay, we will tear on the bird, the big bird. And weaken him. Take a little bit of damage here. But that's okay. Okay, big malaise. Don't need 2 malaises. Clear you, nice, and then perfect malaise here. We've already broken Pocket Watch, so we might as well neutralize as well. Take none, huge. I'm not going to Noxious Fumes. I don't want to mess with my my current stalemate on this guy. Not stalemate. But like, you know, we have the fight totally controlled as long as we don't give him any extra power. We can save the second malaise for the second half of the fight. Just try and get maximum pocket watch value every turn. Our passive block is only 9 because we did take that one hit earlier, so our plate armor is only 3, not 4, but that's okay. Survivor. Sucker Punch Strike. Prepared. Neutralize, defend. We have to play another defend, so there goes our pocket watch for this turn, but that's okay. This is too much damage to pass up, so we'll break pocket watch again. Would like another block card. Nice, we got it. Okay, we're getting there. Defend, defend. Yeah, we'll triple strike. Nice, that's a ton of damage. Okay, I didn't quite expect that to be lethal. Let's hope that next turn is good. Should be fine. Not fine, not fine! That's okay. I mean, it's not great. I'm not happy about taking an extra 16 this fight that I didn't need to. But I also think that was kind of a crazy unlucky draw. Let's just get the pocket watch here. We can burn a piercing whale. Acrobatics into the tactician. Strike. Finisher. It's a bunch of damage. Okay, we're out of the fight, but now we only have 63 for whoever's next. I think both of the next fights are pretty tough. But we'll see. I think both of them should be okay. Time Eater we should be able to stall out with a malaise in the first half, and then again with a malaise in the second half. It's going to be definitely a very thin margin to make that work, but I think we'll be able to make it work. Just proc the pocket watch here, make sure we can draw. Pocket watch is a nice substitute for well-laid plans. That consistency I was talking about when we were looking at our boss reward pick at the end of Act 2. And I was like, you know, adrenaline doesn't really give us the consistency that our deck kind of needs. Our output is actually pretty good with this deck because of Apotheosis, but the consistency is really poor because we never found well-laid plans. And so we picked Malaise instead, a big consistency pick. Pocket Watch is definitely rewarding us for that. Because it's not rewarding us for that decision specifically, although technically I think Adrenaline is like, yeah, a little anti-synergy with Pocket Watch. What's more important, the point I'm trying to bring up is that we correctly recognized what our weakness is, and very happily found a relic that has been able to help with that. I guess that's a little bit of a silly analysis because you don't get to choose the relics you see. So it's not like it was a matter of skill that we were able to see Pocket Watch. Okay, it's not Time Eater. I think that's worse for us. But we'll see. Who are we trying to rush down? Probably Donu. Yeah. This full blocks, and then we can peel the artifacts on both of them. Okay, that's nice. No more artifacts. Okay, footwork is nice. Fumes is nice. Terror is nice. I could try and set up the Nunchaku better for next turn. We'll just do it this way. Take a bunch here. It's not good. Terror on you. Piercing Whale. Prepared. Dagger Spray, Expertise. Footwork, Survivor. Dump this. Hold on to the Malaise. Next turn is sketchy as heck. We have the acrobatics to help. We've also got Donu down at 207. Like we're getting there. We're progressing. We are out of shackles and whales, so panic button seems like an absolute no. I would love to dagger spray, but I cannot. Unless I don't finish her, but I absolutely want to finish her. Okay, take another 8. Dang, this Tori has not been playing. Okay, block out at least. But he's coming in for even more damage now. Malaise helps us survive it. Although maybe that's better on Deca. Yeah. Who's going to be around for longer anyway. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Go down to 13 though. We have so much energy. Let's try and use it. That's good. That's good. If we can get to the finisher, we can kill Donu right now before he buffs again. So close. 13, 26. Finisher? No. That's okay. He should be dead next turn. Not guaranteed, but feels likely. Acrobatics helps, yeah. We got him. Okay, and we should be good from here on out. Let's just play it carefully with the pocket watch, making sure we don't miss a sufficient amount of block cards to block for 28, which we have to do every turn, which is just 2 defends. Defend, defend. Okay, we don't need to draw a bunch next turn because he's not attacking next turn. We'll take advantage of that fact by attacking as much as possible on this turn. Yeah, super nice. Oof. Okay, the run's not over. Spear and shield are a pain. And the heart is no cakewalk either. I've died a lot in Act 4, so... any chance that we can kill this turn? Nope. So we just draw the maximum number of cards here by letting Pocket Watch do its thing. And then we kill, setting up Pocket Watch if we can. Not Pocket Watch. Nunchaku. Which we did. I mean, we set it on 7. Sundial set up too, though, which is nice. Okay, and we healed a full here, so that's nice. Because of the Eternal Feather. Well, and we have to rest. Okay. There's the deadly poison. If we felt that we needed to go a little bit faster against the heart, we could snag a deadly poison. You know, honestly, it makes a lot of sense, especially with the Ghost in the Jar Fairy in a bottle. We can last a lot of cycles. So this is like 7 damage per turn. And we're very likely to go like 15 turns. It's a ton of damage. Okay. Spear and shield is another problem. Oh, they have a lot less health though. The preserved insect matters a ton. Okay. Okay, okay. Unfortunately, we're taking a good bit of damage here. Oh, we need to think very carefully about this. I think we want the pocket watch to go off. Okay, okay. The The Tori actually plays here. It gives us saves 4 against this guy. If we turn around. Although we can do a little bit better, huh? We can do... No, that's very interesting. So this only adds 2 extra block compared to Orichalcum. The plated armor is blocking for 4. So if we turn around, this one's doing 10 times 2. This one's doing 15, yeah, so it makes sense to turn around. And we have 2 cards. We want to peel the artifact from this one because we need to try and land Piercing Whale or Blaze or something on it next turn when it's doing its big multi. So we're going to peel an artifact charge here and then turn around here. Block for 10 with Orichalcum, Thread and Needle. Tori blocks another 4 from the 5 damage that comes through. It gets getting reduced to 1. Then we take 20 from the back, which sucks. But we draw a full hand this turn. Okay. He's got 11 strength. We can reduce it to 5. Or he's got 1 strength. He's attacking for 11. We can reduce it to 5. Plus weak reduces it even more to 3. Times 4 is still 12, but we're blocking passively for 7. So I think that's what we do. Oh, we don't get the footwork down that way. I would like to get the footwork down. So goes to 6, which is 4, which is the same because of Tori. So it goes Terror, Footwork, Malaise. Take 4. There goes my plated armor, which is not great, but it's an acceptable loss. Got another footwork. We need to turn around. We should be able to land the terrors. Might need to alchemize later. How much is he attacking for? It's like, I don't remember. I think we need to make him weak though. Yeah. So, Noxious Fumes, Survivor. That's kind of cool. We can Sucker Punch, Neutralize with the Nunchaku, squeeze in and defend, and then Malaise. And that full blocks. And also gets a reduction on his strength, which is nice. Okay. Prepared. Toss a Tactician and another prepared. Defend. Defend. Get Pocket Watch for next turn. Because he's putting burns on my deck, and so don't want to get stuck with these burns on top. can do the same thing. Draw 8 again next turn. Seems pretty dang good, actually. Let's go ahead and do that. Orichalcum has got me covered on the burns. Man, Orichalcum has been one heck of a relic this run. We gotta try and kill this son of a gun. Turn around with Dark Shackles. Defend. Piercing Wail. Take 1. Because of Tori. How much damage do we need to do here? Some. Not more than is possible, though. Let's draw with Expertise first. Prepared into these. Okay, should be dead. Yep. Now we can Deadly Poison. We've already broken Pocket Watch, so we will Sucker Punch. To make sure he's weak next turn, or Orichalcum blocks the burn, he's dead. Tough fight, tough fight. Should get these out of the deck. Dang, actually, we take a little bit of damage here if we don't break Pocket Watch. That was a mistake. Get rid of the Alchemize, since we'll want these for the heart. I guess we'll just go max attacks. He's already dead next turn, so we don't need Deadly Poison. See if we can just get a few more attacks in. That would kill. Okay, whatever. What's the relic? Come on, be something good. Bag of Prep is not bad. I mean, we definitely take it. No well-laid plans. I could see taking a setup just so we can guarantee Piercing Wails on certain turns. It might be a little bit too cumbersome. We've got 2 Melees, 2 Piercing Wails, and Dark Shackles for the multi-hits. I think more importantly is that we get to our Deadly Poison faster. We get to our Noxious Fumes faster so we can kill the heart quickly enough. Definitely a consideration. I could also see putting a power on top of the deck to guarantee that we can get rid of the debuffs on the first cycle. There's lots of good stuff, actually. The good reasons to take setup. One problem with setup on the Piercing Wail to guarantee we block the multi-hit is you only know the multi-hit is coming 50% of the time. There's a lot of times where while the heart is buffing itself, we might have a Piercing Wail in our hand, and playing setup is only a 50% chance that it gets to hit the multi-attack. But I guess that's better than a 0% chance since we can't hold on to it. But it fights with Pocket Watch. I'm gonna say we're gonna be more likely to hit the cards we need by just getting Pocket Watch to trigger more often. Okay, not a bad turn 1 here. 3 strikes, 2 defends that are out of the shuffle, so we're more likely to get more important cards. So we can simply defend Apotheosis Melees. The heart's taken care of for the multi-attack. It's weak for the... We take 1 damage from Beat of Death that way. Kind of funny. Could backflip. I think we should not. I think we should defend, Apotheosis, Malaise. Take one, we draw 8 cards at the start of our next turn. Okay. Lots of considerations here. I really want a deadly poison, so this actually works out nicely to do it this way. Footwork, deadly poison, dagger spray. No longer vulnerable, although vulnerable was only making us taking 25% more damage, not 50% more damage. Still, we get the pocket watch. We put the deadly poison on. We get to draw for our noxious fumes. Okay, we go for a more powerful turn. Break pocket watch. It's not that good to break pocket watch here, is it? I think we let it slide. We miss out on 13, 12, so 25 damage. And an opportunity to burn the slimed from the deck. That seems not worth it. I'd rather draw 3 cards next turn. Okay, there's the noxious fumes. That's good. Oh, you know it's not good. Piercing Wail, Dark Shackles, Piercing Wail. All showing up right here. Oh man, there are a lot of reasons I want to break a pocket watch here. You know, it's got to be worth it. We've got a lot of card draw in our hand already, so we're gonna break it. We're gonna go Noxious Fumes, Survivor, because Neutralize extends the weak now through cycle 2. We also get to do a lot of damage. You see we dealt like 60-ish damage, which is pretty good. Okay, 45 is manageable. No, it's not manageable. Shoot. No, I think he exactly procs Fairy in a Bottle here. Oh no, because of Tori, we're fine. Oof. Okay, Tori saves the Fairy. That's good. It's still more damage to, or more block to break the block so Orichalcum goes. I don't want to take more beat to the death though with Blade Dance, so we're gonna strike. By the way, I mentioned this exact scenario before, where it's like Apotheosis helps a lot with... It was when we were talking about the adrenaline, right? So you could imagine like an adrenaline on a turn like this. If it was like drawing, it's like, let's say we had 3 strikes and the Blade Dance was on top, and we get to adrenaline into Blade Dance. Never mind the fact that Blade Dance is bad against Heart, but if you think about what Blade Dance is doing here, it's dealing 24 damage, this is dealing 13 damage. Blade Dance is less than twice as much. It's still very good, but against the Heart in particular, like the difference between 24 damage and 13 damage, that 11 extra damage doesn't matter that much, and then of course Blade Dance does a bunch of extra damage. So we find ourselves in this situation where it's like playing Strike is about as good as Blade Dance. In this case it's better because of Beat of the Death. Okay, Plated Armor is gone, but Tori helped us out. We should be able to full block this. A few ways to do it. We could just defend, Survivor. It's not quite a full block, annoyingly. But I think it only takes 1 with the Tori. Yep, just takes 1. It's pretty good. Deadly Poison is great. We've got Sucker Punch coming up, so we don't need to land the Neutralize, so I think we're safe to just defend Deadly Poison like Dagger Spray. We're not guaranteed to get the Sucker Punch. Dagger Spray is 18, Sucker Punch is 6. Missing out on 12 damage, but guaranteeing a week might matter. Yeah, we can survive this because of the weak, although we got the weak anyway. Man, I wish we had tough bandages. I think we're gonna break Pocket Watch here. Have Piercing Wells, yeah. It skips a shuffle, but it's not like we can hold on to it anyway. Sucker Punch to extend the weak is great. You know what? We should just block with Piercing Wail. Saves us a good deal of life. And also, like, there's no guarantee we can line those up on future turns anyway. Don't think we want to malaise. Okay, that's good. Nice! Panic Button is phenomenal. So we can Deadly Poison. Defend if we want to. No, we don't need to. Beat of the Death is up to 3 though. So we would take 1 damage to deal 24. No, because we can. No, we can't defend. Dang it! I could have defended before we played Panic Button, but then I wouldn't have the energy to play as many cards that I drew, but then I happened to draw into Tactician that I was able to discard for more energy, so there's definitely a trade-off. There's a good chance the 1 health we save doesn't matter, and that the 24 damage that we deal does matter. Okay. Can't block this turn. We do want them to be weak next turn, so maybe we neutralize, but we could draw back into the neutralize or malaise or sucker punch to get weak down, so we don't have to take 3 damage. I don't want to take 3 damage. 3 damage is really bad. So let's just end turn. Draw the maximum amount here. Dark Shackles, nice. Okay, it's another cycle, totally solved. I think we're gonna break Pocket Watch because we can. Okay, we can extend the weak to next turn. Drew closer to the deadly poison this way. Yikes, we're only halfway done with the damage we need to deal to the heart. So that part of what's happening right now is very bad. Oh. Also, there goes the fairy in the bottle. So that sucks. Yep. Yep, fairy's gone. Okay, so we just press in for maximum damage here. We can play only 2 more cards. Next turn sucks too. Oh, that's awful. Let's just end turn. Yeah, now it has 18 strength. Oh, this is so close. Ghost in a jar next turn means that we can survive. Alternatively, Malaise brings it down to, no. Even 13 strength. It's just, well, if we land the... No, we've already used Dark Shackles. What about the Piercing Wail? Oh, technically, I think there's a way to not use Ghost in a Jar next turn, but it seems incredibly unlikely. Let's start with Backflip, because we do need to block this. It's also weakened next turn if we Sucker Punch. 3, 6, 6, 8. Okay, this doesn't overdraw. Uh-oh, we might just be dead. We need to find a way to block this turn. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna have to be Ghost in a Jar next turn. Right? I mean, if we Survivor Malaise, well, does Survivor even save us? It's only 14, so that's to 30. Yeah. Right? It saves us. Yeah, 30, so 57, so we go down to 10. Yeah, which means we can't survive the multi-hit. If we acrobatics, what are we looking for? Another defend, I guess. Another defend is, but it means we wouldn't get to deadly poison. How important is the deadly poison? How close are we to killing in time? We've only got this turn, next turn. We got like 4 more ticks of poison. So that would be 28 more damage. Right now, 40 poison. Let's count the noxious fumes with that. So it's going to be 40, 42, 44, 46. So essentially 43 times 4. 43 times 4 is 172. So we would still need to do 90 damage. This is 28 of that damage. It's pretty dang good. Where do we get the other... I'm looking at this drop pile. Where do we get the other freaking... 68 damage. 62 damage. 62 damage. It's not in here, I'll tell you that. Well, there's 3 from Survivor. We have to deadly poison. So we go down to 7 life. Okay, go down to 5. This is so stressful. Defend, alchemize. That's more damage. What are we trying to draw into? Blade Dance, right? Or Dagger Spray? Blade Dance makes me take so much damage. It's 5 card plays with this 15 damage, which doesn't even make up for the backflip. So I think we... Well... I actually think we can Blade Dance. The Sundial and the Prepareds help a lot. I think we get there. Holy cow, we got there. What a tight run. Need to defend. Now it's dead over 2 turns to poison. Unbelievable. That was a well played heart fight. Oh my gosh. I'm kind of trembling here. I can't believe we did it. I didn't think we were gonna get there. Strength potion probably wasn't necessary. We have quite a bit of overkill here. Wow, the intangible saved for the 20 times 15 turn. Unbelievable. That deadly poison too, right? Remember when we picked up that deadly poison? And that dealt tons of damage to the heart. That saved our skins. Unbelievable. $72 times 15. Have you ever seen that much damage from the heart? Wow, that was an incredible run. Not an easy one to win. Thank goodness for Pocket Watch, right? Thank goodness for a lot of stuff. There's a lot of things that happened in this run that got us to a win that we wouldn't have had without. The obviously powerful thing we did was Bottle Apotheosis, but there's lots of little things that pitched in a way that I think mattered immensely. Orichalcum. Orichalcum is a cool one, because that one doesn't usually matter so much in Act 3. End of Act 2, Act 3. And it mattered a ton. There were so many turns where it saved us a bunch of health. I don't know if the health that ever saved us ended up making the difference, though it paired, I'm sure it paired with Thread and Needle to actually save us in a lot of ways. Well, thank you for watching. If you watched the whole thing, congrats to us for making it through to the end. This was a good one to watch all the way to the end, so I appreciate you being here. I do realize that it's been 2.5 hours, so I'm gonna wrap the post-commentary and just leave it at that. But what a fantastic run. If you liked the video, please consider liking it, sharing it with other people that you think would be interested in watching 2.5 hours of Slay the Spire. I know it's a pretty niche audience I'm serving to, so don't worry too much about sharing this with someone else who fits in that niche audience. Just the fact that you watched it was very appreciated. And with that, I will see you next time.